Hello viewers, it's me Kulsum Ahmed. Today we are going to learn about behavior of cost curves. It is a topic of microeconomics. Now, what is the behavior of cost curve? Before coming to the cost curve, we need to understand that we are going to open up a sweater industry. We want to make sweaters. Fine. So before making the sweaters, the first thing that we require is the building that will be the area, the location, the building that will be used for the production of sweaters. Then we require a machinery that will be used. Then we require the permanent staff or the managers and the technical people that they are going to do the production. So before starting before making a single sweater, we need to have these things in hand. So the things that you are supposed to keep in hand are known as the total fixed cost. So no matter you are producing very little amount of items or you are producing bulks of the products, the total fixed cost will stay same in the production of all. Then we have total variable cost. Now what is total variable cost? That is a cost that a firm incurs while the production of more and more items. For example, you are going to use to make 500 sweaters. Then the wool that you require, the utility or gas or oil that you require to run your machinery will be different. But if you make 5 million sweaters, these requirements will be different because you will have to require more raw material for the production of those 5 million sweaters. Fine. So with the production of bulks, with the production of more number of items, your total variable cost will be going up and up. Then we have total cost. Now what is total cost? It is the sum of total fixed cost and total variable cost. Okay ji, then we are going to start up with the firm's decision framework. A firm will take its decision in short run and in long run. Now what is short run? Short run is the time frame where the quantity is the function of labor, capital, technology and natural resources, or you can say 4 factors of production. In this time period we have only labor as a variable. Rest of the factors will remain constant, so they are going to be the fixed factors. Then we have long run. In long run we can have all these 4 factors as a variable. There is no fixed variable factor of production over here, but we have all as a variable. Then when we are going to start up with the long run cost curve, we need to understand first the short run cost curves. Now short run cost curves are U-shaped. Why are these U-shaped? Because when we have, as I told you before, that before the production of even one single sweater, we need to require building and all that. So whatsoever we had to have in hand before starting up the business are the fixed cost. So because of the more pressure of fixed cost in the beginning, the per item cost will be high. But gradually when we will be producing more and more items, the per unit cost will be divided between all those the more items. So the pressure of fixed cost will decrease and per unit cost will be decreasing. Then it will reach to the minimum and then again it will start increasing. Now why does it again start increasing? Because of diseconomies of scale. Now what are diseconomies of scale? That we will be learned in the next slides. Okay, then we have another knitting machine. Its average cost curve is this. Then we have another knitting machine and its average cost curve is this. Then we have 4th knitting machine and its average cost curve is this. Now you can see the efficiency of each machine is different. So you can say that efficiency of each branch of production will be different because of environmental factors, because of the social factors, because of the employees that you hire, the quality of people that you have with you. So and there might be a number of reasons. Because of all those reasons, every machinery is going to produce differently. Now we have, let's suppose that we want to produce 13 sweaters. Now let's see what is the efficiency or cost of each machinery or each plant on these 13 items. Now the quantity is 13. At 13 you can see that average cost curve of 4th plant is 9.50. Now what is the per unit cost? That is 9.50. Now let's go to the other, that is average cost curve, total cost curve of plant 3. At 3, the cost is, per unit cost is 7.69, and at average total cost curve 2, the per unit cost is 6.80. So you can say that plant 2 is more efficient because it is using least cost while production of 13 sweeters. Now we have 4 phases. You can say least cost of plant 1, that is at 10. The least cost of plant 2, that is at 18 items, and then we have least cost of plant 3 at 24 items, and then we have 30 points, overall 30 units if we are producing 30 units. Now what we need to understand, we need to these pink lines, these pink points that these are here, these are actually showing us that we have these are the minimum points on each short run cost curves, and when we are going to combine these points, we will get the long run average cost curve. So you can say that long run average cost curve is the sum of short run average cost curves. So we are going to take each point, that is the minimum point, we are going to take that point and we will get the long run minimum cost curve. Now what are economies and diseconomies of scale? Now what are these? Now in microeconomics, economies of scale are the cost advantages that enterprises obtain due to their scale of production. So with cost per unit of output decreasing, it will have an increasing scale, means the higher the production is, more number of items are produced, we will be becoming more efficient. So economies of scale are features of a firm's technology that lead to falling long run average cost as output increases. Then diseconomies of scale are the features of a firm technology that lead to rising long run average cost as output increases. And constant returns to scale are features of a firm technology that lead to a constant long run average cost as output increases. So economies of scale are the ones when we have more of the production, our efficiencies will reduce our cost of the product. And diseconomies of scale are when our production will go up, our sale volumes are high, our production volumes are high, we may have certain mismanagement, we may have certain leakages. Due to those leakages, we may have diseconomies of scale, our per item cost might go up because of mismanagement or because of any bad effects. Then we have here you can see the first half is the economies of scale because our per item cost is decreasing with every new item, but second half is diseconomies of scale because with every new item our cost per unit is increasing. So this was all about my today's lecture. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.